Italy versus Turkey is going to start in almost 1.5 hours, and I'm so excited because Euros is finally here. We'll get to watch something that we've been waiting for so long now. So I'm very excited about that. At the moment, we are going to have a pre-match talk about the match between Italy versus Turkey. I'll make my prediction and let's see what happens, if it happens that way or not. We are yet to see that. So let's just talk about the match, what we can expect, and then later on I'll do first half analysis and then I'll do full-time analysis. Okay, it's that easy, it's that simple. So let's just get started with it. Italy is a solid team. They ranked 7th in FIFA country ranking and they have not conceded a goal in 2021 and haven't lost a match since 2018. Now these are pretty solid stats, but you know what is worrying? That between Italy and Turkey, whatever matches that they have had, which is almost 10 meetings that they have had, Italy has won it 7 times and drawn the match 3 times. Means Turkey has never won a match against Italy. Never. And also the match is in Italy's home, so they have that advantage too in this match. The last meeting that happened between Italy versus Turkey was back in 2006. And that was a draw, means it ended in 1-1. Italy has an 8-game winning streak and they have been undefeated in the last 27 outings. And on top of that, they have the best centre-back pairing in the world. And that is Giorgio Chiellini and Leonardo Bonucci. Imagine this kind of centre-back they have. Italy has mind-blowing defensive record and it'll get so difficult for Turkey to get a goal or two with Italy. Let's see what happens with that. Now let's talk about Turkey. Turkey ranks 29th in FIFA World Ranking. Turkey has lost on 3 occasions in their 26 matches. And did you know that Turkey's manager took them to semi-finals of World Cup in 2002? Turkey's record with big teams have been pretty awesome. In Euros qualifiers, in 2 matches against France, they took 4 points. And in World Cup qualifiers, Turkey won against Netherlands. With Germany and Croatia, they had a draw. So I think if there is anybody in this group who's going to give a solid fight to Italy, that would be Turkey. Because they have a very young squad, experienced manager, and the players are doing pretty good. If there is anyone who can break the solid defense of Italy, I think that would be Burak Yilmaz and Hakan. I think these 2 players are the ones that can actually get a goal for Turkey. We can expect goal scoring threat from midfield from Hakan. So there's a possibility that, you know, Turkey can get a goal and break their defense. If we consider everything, be it the players, the managers, the venue, experience, it feels like everything is in Italy's court, means they are going to win the match. But in my prediction, I'm going to go for Turkey. I have a feeling that Turkey might create an upset here. There's a possibility that they might win it. And my prediction is 2-1 in favor of Turkey. Now call it the dark horse luck or the performances against big teams or maybe the players, the young squad that they have. I have a feeling that Turkey can do it. So I'm going to go for Turkey, means Turkey 2 and Italy 1. Let's see if it happens that way. Meet you after first half. It's half time and the score is 0-0. I don't know why I was expecting that there will be many goals. My prediction was 2-1 and I actually thought that there would be many goals because this was the first match, and you know there is another kind of zeal to go into these matches like that because they were fans, and I actually thought that there would be goals either from Italy or Turkey, that doesn't matter, but I thought that. Anyhow, that didn't happen. So first half is over and the scoreline is 0-0. Italy is putting a lot of pressure on Turkey. It's like most of the game is in Turkey's half, Turkey's penalty box. But Turkey is defending very well if you consider the amount of pressure that Italy is putting on them, because most of the game is in their half, and any chance of scoring that anybody has got in this entire match is by Italy. Italy has got a lot of chances as of now, but we can see that Turkey is defending very well, and the formation in which Turkey is playing is 4-1-4-1 and Italy is in traditional 4-3-3 form. And the thing is that Yokuşlu has to make those creative decisions to, you know, pass the ball to the defenders or the midfielders, because he's the one who's connecting them both. And in this 45 minutes, there is no real threat from Turkey, and it is getting really difficult for Turkey to get the ball in Italy's half, because somewhere or the other in passing, they lose the ball and the build-up that they try to make ends there. Italy could have gotten a goal because they got so many set pieces. They tried to attack from midfield, but it was not happening. They did not get a goal. But in 22nd minute, when they got a corner, Chiellini could have easily put it in the net, you know, through his header, but it got saved. It could have easily made the game 1-0 because nobody was marking Chiellini at that point of time in that corner. Rest, Insigne, Immobile, everybody's getting a lot of chances to score, and I feel that in second half, definitely the first goal we are going to see from Italy's side, because right now Turkey has 0 shots and 0 on target. Turkey in this first half did not test the Italy's goalkeeper at all, because the whole pressure, possession and the build-up is from Italy's side. So there's a possibility that the first goal that in this match, if it happens in second half, it is going to be from Italy. Let's see what happens in second half. The match is over and the scoreline is 3-0. Italy got 3 goals and I could not have been more wrong. I really thought that Turkey would, get a goal or two, at least in this match. I was expecting them to do that, but it did not happen. Anyhow, Italy clearly deserved this. They played very well. What are the stats and the records that Italy has made, and I spoke about it in my pre-match, they stood up to it. They kept the clean sheet, they got goals, and they have experienced players, and it clearly showed on the pitch. It clearly showed that, because Turkey really seemed to lack that experience. If you compare it with Italy, Turkey definitely lacked experience. Turkey had a much better start to the second half, and I thought that they would get a goal in second half, but who would have thought that Euro 2020's first goal is going to be an own goal? So Juventus player Demiral, he was trying to clear off the ball, and then it just went into the net. I don't know what kind of clear that was. I think he would have done that better. He could have avoided that, because Turkey actually looked much better in the second half, the start of the second half. Had they not considered that goal at that point of time, at that minute in the match, there was a possibility that the scoreline would be a little bit different than this. Okay, Italy would have won the match for sure, but it would have been like 1-0 or 2-0 win, but not 3-0. 3-0 was like too much. Nobody expected that, at least. And then Italy got the second goal by Immobile, and then third goal came from Insigne, and that was actually a mistake by the goalkeeper. So after conceding those 2 goals in second half, Turkey lacked composure. They needed to just cool down a bit, and could have tried to play the way they started the second half with. It could have been better. And what was the best moment for me in this entire match? That happened in last few minutes, when Chiellini was clearing the attack by Turkey in their penalty box. And he celebrated that, because it means so much to defenders, to get a clean sheet. And you could see that his celebration at that point of time, that it meant so much for him to keep that clean sheet, to keep that record going. I really like that. It was so much fun to see that, because goal scoring is one thing that everybody can see, but it's these defenses, it's these clean sheets that gets avoided, that gets hidden or not celebrated as much as it should be. So that was the best moment for me in the entire match. The change that Turkey made at the start of second half to bring Under in was a brilliant change. There were better passes, you could see them linking up quite well, and you could see them at least going to the penalty area of Italy and trying to take a shot or two, because it was not happening at all in the first half. Italy deserved to win. You could definitely see the experience in the players, when they were playing, attacking in the midfield. The control that they had in the midfield was very good, and the same opposite was happening with Turkey. The players lacked experience, but I think they don't have anything to worry about. It was Italy, it was their home ground, and they are very good and experienced players. But for Turkey, if they can keep their cool and keep going ahead in the rest of the matches that they have, I think they can do very well. They just need to link up better, because they were losing the ball a lot and not commit mistakes like own goal, and then that third goal that they got from Insigne, that was a mistake by the goalkeeper. I think they should avoid those things, and Turkey can try better from set pieces or maybe counter attacking, because they are not able to keep the possession from the midfield that they had, because they had the formation 4-1-4-1. So in midfield they needed more creativity so that they could keep the possession, but that did not happen. But what Turkey should not do is lose confidence, because they lost 3-0 and there is a possibility that they might take it to heart, because it should not be that way, because there were 2 goals that happened because of their mistakes. No doubt there was a lot of pressure from Italy. Hats off to Italy, because they kept that pace throughout the match. There was pressing throughout the match, and the number of shots that they took, it is not easy to defend against a team like Italy. So whatever Turkey did in this match is quite good. Well, I was too psyched because football is back and we'll get to see that every day of this month, and I'm very happy about it. Let's see what happens in other matches, and it's going to be a pretty hectic month. That's it from me today. Thank you. Bye.